Welcome back, friends, to another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Lids87 here, and guys, today we are going to be talking about the huge news that just hit the JP side of the game. Well, it didn't just hit; it hit sometime last night. All right, it was like 9 o'clock p.m. Central CDT time, Central Standard Time. It should be CDT time. That should always confuse me. But we got the new Ope Ope, which talked about force weapons. All right, friends, so just a few disclaimers and shout outs. First and foremost is that these are all rough translations, so some of this information could possibly change. All right, huge shout outs to Zedekai for the translations in the Discord. Huge shout outs to Antonlabs for the translations on this Reddit page, and Keeper of Record for the translations on this page. Also, I'm going to leave all these links down below in the description. If you would like to check them out for yourselves, I will leave the link to the Ope Ope YouTube video if you guys would love to check them out yourselves, which is right here, and we're gonna take a look at this right here in a second. Ooh, hype! But all right, so I know a lot of you already saw it, but thank you guys for joining me anyways. All right, so in this video, we're just gonna talk about what was discussed, primarily a focus on the new Gacha weapon and primarily on the new difficulty level. So, we got other new information also with, new character development, but I'm not going to go all that wonderful information. Just check it out for yourself. Again, link down below in the description. All right, friends. So, and I will be giving you guys my 2 cents about what I think about force weapons, this new Gacha tier weapon, and how this could potentially impact your pull plans on the global side of the game. If you're strictly a global player, all right, I would highly recommend you guys pay attention to what's coming out, especially now in this brand new Force era. All right, Star Wars reference, Star Wars collaboration. When are we going to see Obi-Wan Kenobi? All right, when are we going to see Luke Skywalker? Force Awakens, right? Throwing that out there. Thanks, Cloud, from the Twitch live stream for throwing that. All right, it was a joke. All right, sorry. All right, anywho, so we are going to be receiving a brand new Gacha tier weapon called the Force Weapon, as you guys have heard me say, which is a 7-star rarity equipment. Kane is going to be our very, very first Force character, and he is also going to be receiving a burst weapon. So if you're a Final Fantasy IV fan, Final Fantasy IV After Years, hype to you because he's going to be the very first Force weapon character. So 40 the Broadway saying huge shout out to you, fam, as I know that's one of your favorite games. All right, friends, so Kane will be receiving a brand new Force weapon. Now, in order to limit break this sucker, oh boy, let me tell you guys, you are going to be needing a brand new material called a high power stone. Okay, you need 4 high power stones to limit break once. So it kind of works how we currently have with our 35 CP weapons, our 15 CP weapons, and pre-realized EX weapons. Same concept, but now it's with high power stones. Now, I do believe they did say on the Ope Ope that we are going to be receiving some for free. I believe it was 4 high power stones for free. Correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments, along with, I believe it was 2 force stones, which we're going to talk about here in a moment. But there are other ways to, or currently there is another way to gather this, and that is by merging 20 power stones for 1 high power stone. So if you have absolutely no high power stones in your inventory, that's going to be a total of 240 power stones to craft 12 high power stones to fully limit break a force weapon. So if you're a long-time player and you do have good luck and been selling all your stuff, you might not take that much of an impact. If you're a little bit of a newer player, you don't have that many power stones, oh boy, it's going to hurt. I think I have like, how many power stones do I have on global right now? Like 14? Like 12 on JP. I have like 300. So there's that. All right, friends. So just throwing that out there. Now, currently, this is the only known way. Currently, if I'm wrong, all right, guys, feel free to correct anything down below in the comments. All this is new information, and all of this is, I'm going to leave the video unedited. All right. So since new information, this is the only way to craft these. I don't know yet. That's why I'm throwing that out there. If you guys know some of this information, please correct me down below in the comments. If we can receive these during the Dissidia exchange shop, we don't know yet. Or if these will be earned via the maybe possible co-op exchange shop. We don't know yet. So just pay attention for once this all goes live. This should be going live on the 29th, right? So literally October 29th. So the day after making this video. And see what players do. See see, pay attention to other JP players to see where we could possibly gather these, because if this is strictly from Power Stones, then yeah, it's going to take a little bit. Reminds me of the old school Opera Omnia, right? When we were struggling to limit break our equipment. All right, friends. So that's how we're going to be able to do that. And once you max out a Force weapon, you will receive a brand new material called a Force Stone. You will receive 2 of these suckers, all right? I got to stop saying suckers. That's the 3rd time I said that, all right? So where do these things come into play? That's going to come into play with a brand new stat increasing mechanic called Force Strengthening. Now, the max level of this will be 30. You need enhancement points. You heard that right. You need enhancement points and Force Stones to gain a level on this thing. I hear from a lot, like, free-to-play players, if you're like 100% free-to-play, that you do struggle with enhancement points. So, and now you need them here also. Even I believe OG players, let me know, because I do get the Mog Pass. So OG players, let me know how you guys doing on your enhancement points. How do you guys feel specifically about this? Do you believe this is bad? Is this gonna hurt you? Because I do hear that players do struggle, especially if they're free to play, when it comes to gathering enhancement points. All right, friends. So now what does this do? This is where Keeper of Records translations come into play, because there's translations of what these do. These are just stat increases to extensions, increases to their abilities. So like levels 3, 13, 23, for example, Force Charge Up, which is going to increase the Force Gauge, which we're going to talk about here in a second. Jump 3, Force Extension, HP Damage Bonus Up. Gungnir, Force Extension. Rising Drive, Force Extension. Fang and Claw, Force Extension. Jump 3, Force Extension 2. And finally, Gungnir, Force Extension 2. Now, when it comes to actually leveling them up, besides the enhancement points, to reach level 11, you need 1 Force Stone. To reach level 21, you need 2 Force Stones. All right, friends, so just pay attention to JP players or further from any further translations from Zedekai Antonlabs or your favorite Leo Bob to see what the final total is going to be for all of these, I guess, limit breaks, Force Strengthening levels, Force levels, there we go. We'll call them Force levels with this brand new mechanic. All right, friends, so hold on. Okay. Now, before we talk about Force Gauge, let's talk about the new difficulty, because that's another spot where you will be able to gather some of these new Force mats. That's what I was thinking about right there. Okay, so Force Gauge, we will come right back to you. So new difficulty, new level 300 difficulty stage. It's going to be called the Shinryu difficulty stage. The enemies will also get a Force Gauge. Okay? The enemies will also get a Force Gauge. We'll talk about that here in a second. Now, there will be some changes, okay? Cosmo stages are gone. They're going to be gone. Chaos and Chaos Challenge Quest will just be Chaos level 180. Burst medals will be attainable by perfecting a Chaos with 3 synergy, no friend support. All right. Lufenia Plus, gone. It will be merged into with standard Lufenia for a level 200 Lufenia. Lufenia Plus is going to be gone. That doesn't mean the orb is gone. It seems that the orb is not going to be a thing. Oh, wait. Special orb. Oh, no, this is for Shinryu. Sorry. So I'm still taking all this new information, friends. The level 300 is going to be Shinryu. Now, Shinryu is not to receive that special counter, okay? So it seems like Lufenia will still keep it. Lufenia 200 difficulty stage, but Shinryu level 300 will not have that orb condition. But what's going to happen, though? What's going to happen in terms of, you guys saw that the enemies get a Force Gauge. Is that going to seriously restrict our team compositions? You know, kind of like how some of the special count conditions did. We will have to wait and see. Because I believe for the very first one, the very first Shinryu 300 difficulty, you have to hit it with a Force effect to prevent the enemy's Force effect. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see to see how restricting that actually is going to be. Now, after clearing, all right, mind you, clearing the not complete, clearing a Shinryu difficulty stage, you will obtain 20 Force Stone fragments, which is the equivalent to 1 Force Stone. So if you are a little bit of a newer player and you're having trouble with temporary content, Is it time to bring back gem revives? Just one though. No, don't be doing like 5 gem revives. How I've heard like back in the day some players do. That's too much. That's way too much gem reviving. Maybe just one. If you're a little bit of a newer player and you're having trouble with this content, just to get these force stone fragments for the force. For that force, what the shit? Force strengthening limit breaks. All right, let me know what your thoughts. All right, but this might be a viable option to gem revive at least once. If you're having trouble, newer player, just to clear that Shinryu difficulty stage for those 20 force stone fragments, because it doesn't seem like you don't want to fall behind with some of these resources. All right, friends. So just throwing that out there. Let me know your own thoughts about that down below in the comments. All right, now force gauge. Probably the last. No, not last main. There's one more main topic after this. Force gauge. Okay, is going to be a brand new thing introduced into the game, as you saw right here. All right, we get a force gauge and the enemy gets a force gauge. Now, in order to get this force gauge to appear, you have to have a character with a force weapon equipped or the actual passive equipped. All right, friends. Now, this is going to fill up every time there is an action out on the field, either by you or the enemy. So think of it almost like a Marvel versus Capcom like super gauge. I don't know. I never played NT, so let me know if this thing was a thing in NT, if they did have the gauge in NT. But once it fills up, once this super gauge, right, your force gauge fills up, you will be able to use a force ability. After using a force ability, there will be a force effect active. I do believe from the translations that the enemies will also have something similar to this. The enemies will also get a force effect. So just be very careful of that. I don't know if that's where a lot of team comps will get shut down or not. All right, friends. So just throwing that out there before I forget that the enemies get the force gauge. So just pay close attention to that. Now, let's go ahead and show you that force freaking ability. So being Kane, being the first force weapon wielder, he does get a force ability. Now, it does start off as 1, but according to the translations, currently right now, who knows if they can increase or not, it could go up to 2 uses. All right, so you guys see that the gauge is actually filled here. You'll see it kind of like pulsating, just very, very lightly. All right, here we go. Actually, let me turn up the volume here so you guys can hear it. See, it's very lightly pulsing. Yeah. Yep. That just happened. If you haven't seen that yet, that is freaking hype. So it seems like they tag team. All right. They bring in another character. We're going to call them their force partner. All right. They bring in a force partner. They attack. And it seems like they do some kind of like Chrono Trigger freaking tech ability usage. So that's freaking hype. That is cool. All right. Now, I don't know yet what is going to determine who their force partner is going to be. They did say from the same series, so I mean, it's all Final Fantasy, so they could just literally grab random characters together. Kane, and my guess is they're going to try to keep it to characters who kind of have same animations as you guys saw Kane and RNA. They both jump up into the air, so I guess it's easier for the devs to kind of blend that together. I don't know, just my thoughts. But it's going to be very exciting to see our characters attacking with another freaking character. All right, now after using a force ability, you will gain access to something called force time. Now, currently, right now, this is for 10 turns. This will trickle down every time an action is taken, but there will be an increase to HP damage bonus after every single turn. This is going to keep climbing higher and higher. I do believe this. Did this start at 80%? It might be higher because of the force strengthening levels, but I do believe without those, it does start off at 80%. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. Now, to my understanding, you can use a force ability during a burst mode. Kane is going to be the next burst character. So just even more beefier bosses, right? If this is drastically increasing our HP damage output, how friggin' more beefier are the bosses going to get? Holy shit, are these gonna be, are we solely gonna have to rely on this to take on the bosses? We will have to wait and see. All right, friends, now there are other effects that you do gain from using a forced ability or forced time effect. Hold on, I'm going to Zeta-Kai's translations for example with Kain. Again, these are all rough translations. It could change. Forced time effect, the party will receive HP damage bonus while dealing ranged brave or launching the target. So this is where I was kind of mentioning earlier, if forced weapons, if forced effects, are these going to be seriously restricting or as restricting as special counters? Just leaving it, if this is how it's translating here, if this is just with ranged brave damage and launching targets, that's still a huge portion of the roster. I mean, bring Sid Reigns, bring Kais, Ramza with his LD ability, selfie, right, during a launch. So just throwing that out there. So it does open this up for a little bit more team comps. It is restricting to what type of damage it is so far, but it's not as restricting as some of these Lufenia condition special orb counters. Now, who knows what the rest of them going forward are going to be. We'll just have to keep an eye on those. All right, friends. Now, before I continue with Kain here, let's talk about the gacha rate so far. Now, in order to pity a force weapon, it's going to be 400 G tokens. Okay? 400 G tokens if RNG is not on your side. And I believe at that point, you could also pick up a burst book. So I hope I hope good luck is on your side and you don't have to make the decision at that point if you haven't acquired the burst weapon or the force weapon yet. I hope that doesn't happen, but oh man, that's going to be brutal. But the LD rates are going to be the equivalent to an LD weapon. So LD weapon currently is 0.5% on a single pull and 5% on the 11th on a multi-draw. All right, friends. So I don't know yet if the rest of the weapons, if their rates are going to adjust or if they're literally just shoving this in there. I hope that the other things kind of get an increase in rates because it seems like we're going to need a lot of power stones, right? Especially if we can't get any duplicates for these force weapons, because right here it does mention force weapons. Force weapon needs duplicates as limit breaks, but we are going to need a lot of power stones just to craft some of these higher power stones. All right, friends. So I hope they do adjust the rates, but we will have to wait and see. All right, now finally, Kain is going to be, of course, the next burst character. Warrior of Light, the next burst plus character. It doesn't seem like Warrior of Light is going to be getting a force weapon, so it seems like they're going to slowly release these force weapons. So it's going to be the main banner, right? Brand new burst character, brand new burst plus character. In this case, it's going to be Kain, and he's going to be receiving the force weapon. And with that, oh, gorgeous costume. I've always liked the costumes in this game. I'm sorry, I've always liked the blue color palette in this game. We were talking about that during my live stream. Freaking Brotherhood for Titus. That thing is beautiful. Freaking Galuf was his EX weapon. That thing is beautiful. All right, so I do like the costume. It's gorgeous. I may buy this. This might be my first buy on the JP side of the game when it comes to costumes. I only get the Mog Pass, but I might go for this, all right? Lids may simp for Kain here because this costume is gorgeous. After Years, right? This is from the After Years. All right. I hope I got that wrong. 40. I hope I did you proud, fam. And after that, Kryl is going to be the following force character. And she is freaking adorable. She is freaking cute here. Look at that. She's freaking adorable. She will be getting a costume. I don't know where this one is from. I'm not sure where this one is from, so... but it is cute. All right, friends. All right, so let me just do a quick skim here before I give my closing thoughts. All right, make sure, again, this is going to be down below in the description if you would love to check it out for yourself. I did mention Braska, right, from Final Fantasy X, so if you're a Final Fantasy X fan, by all means. All right, so what does this mean for your planning? All right, now, if you're a global player, I highly advise, if you're, all right, so disclaimer before I talk about this, is first and foremost is it's your resources, your tickets, your gems. Always go for your favorite characters, all right? Because if you're not enjoying the game, it's possible that you're just not going to be as interested in the game and you're just going to quit, right? So throwing that out there. But if you are a planner, even if you're not, I would highly advise you guys pay attention to the JP side of the game, especially with this new era. Because, for example, Kain is going to be the following. He should be the following on the global side of the game Intersecting Will, that new game mode, kind of like Lost Chapters, right? Quote unquote. That we're going to be getting. Garnet is going to be the first. The following should be Kane. Kane is going to be getting his Intersecting Will along with his LD weapon. But when characters get something new in the game, right? They get some love on JP. All their weapons make a comeback, right? They bring back 15, 35 LDs. If they had a burst weapon before, they bring back their burst weapons. So I foresee that Kane is going to be getting his LD again, along with his burst weapon and along with his force weapon. I cannot justify right now, if you are a planner, pulling on Kane's Intersecting Will banner if he's going to be getting something later down the line. Now, I would say this also depends on how much of an impact that character has currently on the global side of the game. Because if it's someone really powerful, right? And if it's just someone that beautifully fits on your team composition, again, your resources, do you? All right, by all means, go for them. Enjoy the freaking game, because it's still gonna be like at least 8 months, right? At least freaking 8 months until we even see this change on the global side of the game. But for the planners, why would you pull for the LD, or even for some of these other characters if they have yet to receive any love and they get their LD? I can't justify pulling for those characters if you're going to be chasing their force weapon later down the line and get their LD weapon. All right, that's just my thoughts currently, friends. Okay, let me know what you think about that down below in the comments, but that's how I feel. Like, I was planning on throwing some resources for Kane on the global side of the game, you know, some tickets to possibly pick up his LD, because he does jump up into there, he does the whole Dragoon thing, but now I have plans to skip him and wait and chase for his force weapon and then possibly get the LD in the process, and possibly along with the burst weapon later down the line. All right, friends. So that being said, that is it for this video, friends. I want to thank you for watching me talking about force weapons. Again, thank you, Zedekai, for the translations. Excuse me. Antonlabs and Keeper of Record. Please tell me I said that correctly. Yes, I did. Keeper of Record. Thank you all for the translations. Thank you for what you guys do for the JP community. It's a huge help, especially with translations. Viewers, what do you guys think? I want to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the force weapons? Are you guys concerned? Let me know your concerns. Are you guys concerned about gacha rates? Are you guys concerned about the force effects? Is it going to be as restricting? Who do you want to see paired up together in that dual combo? What force partners do you want to see together, attacking together? Now, me personally, I'm very excited for this new era. All right, I can't wait to see what else we get. I want to see some freaking Final Fantasy VII characters as force partners. I want to see them attacking together, right? Let's Cloud and Aerith. I don't know. Galuf and Orin, because why not, right? Awesome evade counter tanks. And I personally am going to be going in for Kane. I'm going to be going for his force weapon, his burst weapon. We'll see how the rest of the banners are treated in terms of his equipment. All right, friends. So just pay attention to that, or any other wonderful JP content creators. All right, friends. So all your wonderful thoughts down below. And until next time, friends, good luck and have a good one.